Welcome back to the channel, Lego Deal Enthusiasts. Today I have a nice video planned out for you guys talking about the state of the Lego market. Of course, talking about reselling and investing in Lego because, well, if you're new here or you don't have a lot of money to invest in Lego, I want to share some points and tips and overall the current market we're in now versus some of the years past. So it should be a pretty interesting video. All right, everybody. I'm your host here, Cristo from Stud City. If you don't know me, we love to cover the best Lego deals and sales, and of course, sprinkle a little investing in Lego here on this channel because, well, it's definitely helped paid for some of our hobbyist side of things, and of course, our way of life. So, if that interests you, stick around, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up on today's video. Let's jump straight into it. So, I mentioned the Lego market has been in a very complete different point compared to other years, and we truly are. I feel like for the first time in a long time, we're seeing Lego sets sell out, sold out, out of stock, no longer become available. And I have some examples here. I mean, I can name many examples off the top of my head. But for example, Lego.com themselves has a lot of the 25-year anniversary Lego Star Wars sets. And I'm going to specifically call out Lego Star Wars because it's been known as one of the most sound investments in Lego because of a multitude of things. A, sealed sets increase in price pretty heavy compared to other themes. Minifigures. Minifigures increase in price substantially, especially compared to most other themes. But it is an IP, so it definitely has higher price tags other than other Lego themes. Like Ninjago or Lego City, right? Anyways, the 25-year anniversary has been one I've called out since early 2025. And we've seen a ton of sales and deals on different sets at different times throughout the entire year. And we're entering a time period where we're going to see some of the best deals and sales on some sets that go in and out. But anyways, this one right here, the Boarding the Tantive, comes with an exclusive minifigure. It comes with the ARC Trooper 5's minifigure, a part of the 7 series of exclusive minifigs for the 25-year anniversary of Lego Star Wars. Now, I thought this set was great. What I didn't like was the price tag, and probably for many of you, $55 for a Lego set is, in this size, pretty expensive, right? And I think we're all feeling that. But given sales and deals, I think it definitely becomes a lot more attainable to many others, and also even on the investment side of things for later down the road. Now, I already mentioned $55 is a high price tag to pay for a Lego set. Why would somebody buy this Lego set later down the road? Well, I think there's many reasons, right? Like the FOMO of missing out on a set like this, or hey, being a completionist and you have all the other 25-year anniversary Lego Star Wars sets, but you, for whatever reason, didn't grab this one, and now it's sold out, now you can't get it. Or new Lego enthusiasts come into the market and they're like, well, I have the 20-year from when I was a kid. What about the 25-year? You know, or when 30-year rolls around, right? And it's like, well, what did the 25-year anniversary Lego Star Wars sets look like? And they're like, oh, I want to go back and complete them. So there's definitely reason and room for investing. There always will be. And, you know, I think investors, especially in Lego, get a lot of crap and heat for investing in Lego. But in reality, had people not invested in Lego from years ago, I would definitely be in a tough situation because I missed out on so many Lego sets personally that I was not collecting Lego at the time, that I'm very thankful someone out there somewhere bought sets and invested in them because I was able to buy them off them for a higher price, of course, letting them earn their money on holding the set, buying the set, taking the risk, and wrapping capital up in it. But I was able to buy sets that I really wanted and missed out on. So I feel like that's no different, and I'm just kind of repeating the cycle later down in the future. But the 25-year anniversary Lego Star Wars sets are just the tip of the iceberg. I think there's many other ones that are really good that are probably damaged now. But, you know, the Sith Infiltrator is another good example there that's currently in stock that is probably going to be one of the next ones to go. But I did mention earlier in today's video that this would be insightful for many newbie investors. And there's a multitude of reasons I want to talk about that. Because when I first started off, I had no money. Like, I literally had zero. And I was a college student, a broke college student. I'm sure many of you guys can relate at the early stages in life or being in college yourself and just like having no money and you're like, have a passion. You're like, I love building Lego. I want more Lego sets. Well, that's literally where I started as well. So I could definitely feel that. But I think we're in a time and area where, you know, people are getting paid off for taking the risks. And, you know, this is not a financial channel. I cannot give you financial advice, but I definitely took some risks. I definitely took some gamble and it started buying more and more Lego sets. And over years, it really started paying off. Like, it started paying off that I was able to buy more and more. and kind of keep that money and recycle it into the Lego hobbyist and continue to grow it. And it's been something truly amazing. But I think like this year in comparison to years past is like no other. I think in 2022, we saw a ton of Lego sets increase in price overnight, right? It's no surprise. I've mentioned it so many times on this channel, but it happened. Like, and even an example is sitting behind me, this set right here. This used to cost $300, and then boom, August rolls around and now it's $350. This set right here, this was $300. I mean, this was the best $300 set ever made. You can't even compare. Like, I don't even want to hear discussion in the chat. That was the best $300 Lego set right here, Ninjago City Gardens, and then boom, $350. Still a great set, but this one, another one, Treehouse. I mean, this is just like random sets in my backlog here behind me. You know, that was $200, and then boom, it became $250. And when we saw these sets go on deals and discounts at Black Friday or year-end clearance, they were just priced at, you know, maybe their original MSRP and maybe just a little bit lower. So the deals they didn't feel and they weren't that great. And here we are in 2025 in a completely different time, completely different market. Now, I'm not going to say prices of Lego sets are not overpriced, right? Like I think $55 is overpriced. Like this should have all day been $40, right? Like maybe 45. No, like this should have been a $40 set. So when we're seeing a clearance down to, you know, $45, you know, clearance, I mean, that's likely just MSRP, but we're just no longer in that day and age. Our buying power, our dollar is worth less than what it used to be. So like in hindsight, back then, if this set came out, right, it might have been $30, right? But that $30 is more like $45 today. So like, you know, take it with a grain of salt. As things become more expensive, it's because of our dollar and purchasing power decreasing, right? And I think that's just typical. That's typical economics. But why do I think the deals and sales are going to be amazing in comparison to years past? Well, we're already seeing Lego sets sell out. We've already seen so many, I would say, really good deals, right? Like I feel like the prices for Lego sets have been pretty substantial for early sales. I think Amazon Prime Day in July was great, right? We saw a modular building, the boutique hotel. I know, you know, maybe not everybody's favorite modular, but like I still think it's a great set. And it was down for like $160. I mean, that is, however you look at it, that is a great price tag, right? We've seen a ton of other sets on Amazon Prime Day. Even this one right here, this one was $280. You know, Daily Bugle was down to $280 on Prime Day. Lego bought back here and they did the same price tag. They said, hey, we'll give you guys Daily Bugle for today. I mean, those are great price tags. Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley is a monstrosity of a Lego set. Amazing one. And that one, $450, right? I know that's a tough Lego set to invest in for newbie Lego collectors and investors. Being like, hey, I'm going to wrap up $450 in one Lego set as an investment. That's a tough one to swallow. I totally agree. And that's just another yet example. It went on sale for like $360, which was insane with like a promo stack and I think maybe double points. I don't know if it's up my head. But it ended up shaping out to be a great investment piece, right? Because, well, nobody knows this at the time. Hindsight's 2020. But that Lego set sold out. And as of right now, it's no longer to be available. It's sold out, gone for good, retired early. Basically a, August retired set. So 4 months early. It's very similar to the Batcave Shadow Box that we saw in 2024. That one got a nice sale during Batman Day. Had a nice promo stack with like, I think 15x points or whatever it was. So it was a nice almost 20% off deal. What is it came out to be. And it sold out. And then, you know, that $400 MSRP Lego set now became $700 to $800 within 2 to 3 months. And Diagon Alley is another one that's shaping up to be something very similar to that. But, you know, only time will tell. Like, only time will tell. It might be exactly the same as the Shadow Box, but it's very similar, and you're able to get it for such a discount. But that's my message to a newbie Lego investor, right? I think taking the risk has its rewards. My advice, personal opinion, better yet said, is to try and spread out the funds, right? Like if I only had $1,000 to invest in Lego sets, I'm not going to buy 2 Diagon Alleys, right? Although the reward might pay off, sure. But that risk, to me, outweighs that reward, right? That was a huge gamble at the time. If you're looking at August, you're like, I'm going to put all my money in Diagon Alley, right? Instead, I would have been like, you know, maybe not even do Diagon Alley, maybe just spread out like, you know, 10 $100 Lego sets that you could maybe buy on discounts, or maybe you get like 13 of them instead. You know, something to spread out the funds. That's my advice for newbies, is to definitely diversify. That way, your entire $1,000 isn't wrapped up into 1 or 2 Lego sets as investments. Instead, you could get 10 different Lego sets that, like, hey, if 2 of them fail, guess what? The other 8 still succeeded, and you're able to yield a profit, and then could continue on and recycle that money and buy more later down in the future, right? I think that's a great tactic for newbie and Lego investors because, diversification. It's nothing new. It's been on the paper in the books for eons and ages, right? Diversification is always key for, successful investors. And I think Lego markets are no different. Now, trust me, there's been scenarios, and I definitely know friends that have invested in 2 or 3 Lego sets and just yielded crazy profits, right? Like they've turned, starting $1,000, they continue to roll it, and here they are sitting at 20, 30, 50, $100,000, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter the dollar value, but they are able to just focus on a small number of sets and able to flip it. And that's okay. And I think everyone has their own success rate, and everyone, hey, Stella's in the background. So Stella's even successful in this. But it's awesome to talk Lego investing with you guys. And I know you guys have been asking for more videos like this. So I hope you guys do find it informative, entertaining, and insightful. So I love your guys' feedback and I want more from you guys when we do discuss these videos. But lastly, I have to address my bullish mentality because I always get asked that as well. Christo, why are you so bullish on Lego? Well, I think Lego's the #1 toy, right? I'm pretty sure it's like the #1 toy. I think Lego has showcased and shared record profits year over year. And we're continuing to see more Lego sets in quantity every single year. And believe it or not, I still, at the end of the day, feel like Lego is continuing their premium product. Like I feel like these are great sets. Like I do. I have a lot of fun building these. They're timeless. I really enjoy them. The minifigs are great. I'm a minifig collector. Guess what? They still continue to appreciate. As a collector, that's something I'm interested in. So as being a bullish Lego investor, my outlook is not 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. I'm looking even longer term. I mean, trust me, there are sets I'm going to flip very quickly for profits to continue to buy more stuff and all that kind of stuff. I'm not taking that away, but I still feel Lego in the next 10 years, 20 years is going to be extremely successful. Now, I know there's competing bricks and all that stuff, but guess what? It's not Lego, right? Like it's just not Lego. Lego is Lego. It is the building block that I love. And I think many others feel the same. I know some people have dabbled out, but I'm a purist. I'm a purist at heart. I've always been, and that's how I probably always will be. So anyways, bullish long-term on Lego. I think the market has only room to grow as more people are continuing to buy Lego, get into the hobby. I think we see new faces pop in the Lego space every single day. And those are all great things and reasons why to continue to Lego invest, right? Because if we have more newcomers coming into the Lego space, they're gonna want sets that are retired. I mean, it's just nature. And here comes you and me. That's why you're still lingering around watching today's videos, because we are able to buy these Lego sets and then sell them later for a deeper profit. Now, I still think in this day and age, it is required to invest in Lego sets on discount. I feel like that high price tags that Legos continue to push towards us, we need deals and discounts in order to entry level. I think in years past, we were able in markets where if you bought stuff at MSRP, it didn't really matter. Inevitably, you didn't know, but you were able to yield profits. And I just feel like that's a lot more challenging here in today's age. Given what I already stated is that we see record new quantity amount of Lego sets every year. So different unique sets. So for example, maybe 10 years ago, we had 600 Lego sets that were made, right? Lego Star Wars seen 30 sets in the given year. Well, now we have 50 sets. So it's spread out. They're giving us more sets. And do I think that's sustainable? And here's another part to this story. Do I think that's sustainable? No, I don't. I think Lego at some point finds that cap and says, well, maybe we dial it back and only produce, 50 Lego Star Wars sets rather than 100, right? I don't know the exact numbers, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's sustainable for them to continue like, hey, in 2025, we produced, 50 Lego Star Wars sets. In 2026, we're going to do 60. In 2027, 70, and so on. Like, continue that uptrend. Like, I just don't see that. And at that point, things they kind of stabilize, right? And if they maybe go down and up just a little bit like there. But I think with that being said, I think we've almost reached that cap of like the quantity level of, another great example would be the flower collection, the botanical. I feel like there's so many that's just so hard to invest in because it doesn't matter if you buy the roses or not. They're going to make 4 different other roses throughout the year. So I feel like that's a great example that like it doesn't work that way. But Lego Star Wars is different because of the minifigures, because those minifigures always hold and retain value. So anyways, I feel like there is a cap there. Maybe we've almost, if not hit that cap, we've reached it. And I feel like fans are definitely stressing that there's so much quantity being made that we're probably going to see that stabilize and if not come down a little bit. And that's why I'm definitely super bullish. But anyways, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully this was not a too long-winded video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, subscribe if you haven't already. Like today's video. If you're a newbie LEGO investor, let me know in the comments below so I can make more content like this in the future. And for now, we'll see you in the next one.